Bean is playing again. Sing Sing's stuck.
Okay. We got the info there.
Yeah.
So, hold on, I gotta
They're already a fair bit into the game.
Okay.
Well, actually, not that much. It's just 15 minutes in.
Okay. I might as well jump into it. I know people are ideally want to jump into matches that we can have.
Oh, never mind.
Faces.
Oh man, 0-0. We're right on time, actually.
Oh.
Who cares about the draft anyway?
Nah, we're good. Do we have Arc Warden?
No, we don't.
No Arc Warden here. Well,
we have cancel Lone Druid mid again though.
Oh God, that's so.
Oh, we have a brood. We have a brood mother. Okay.
We do. Okay, so there's some interesting stuff. All right, so here we go, guys. This is our next game. We're jumping again. I think this is also a 256 match, around a 256. Point is, though, we got as we saw a little bit earlier. This is Sing Sing and Cancel, and again, Boogie. I think is a name that some perhaps recognize. So quite the stack here of a European Open team. They're going up against. I don't personally recognize any names. I don't know. Yeah, if we probably have any information on them, if anyone could tell us. But obviously, they're here. They've progressed. They've at least won one match, if not a couple. So they've got some skills here, and trying to make it work. But what are the lineups? So we got Weaver, Centaur, Tiny, Ogre, and a Bloodseeker in the short lane. Interesting. This seems like a very catch-heavy team.
Oh yeah, this is like really all you need is like a spear breaker on top of this, and you have like everyone's nightmare. Like you hate having to go up against teams like this because you never feel safe. No matter just if you're a little bit out of position, then all of a sudden you got a Weaver coming in with Shikuchi, you got Stampede, you got Tiny with Blink, you got Thirst Vision. It's terrifying.
Yeah. Got to pause here, go over some strategies, but let's talk about
this Weaver set is amazing. I'm sorry, I had to mention it.
Oh,
it looks better when it's not all desaturated.
Huh, yeah, I want to see him start moving here now out of the pause, but it actually does look pretty cool even from here.
Oh, wait, they brought back the inspection panel. Oh, yeah. Man.
Oh, that thing. Oh, there you go. Mythical.
Yeah.
Waldami. Is that his name? That's a player name, okay. I thought that was the name of the set for a second.
Waldami set. Yeah.
Loom Keeper.
Yeah, that's a pretty sick set.
The Loom Keeper set, okay.
But as you were saying.
As I was saying, the Broodmother here. This is another kind of hero that we don't see too often and being played on the dire side. Broodmother, though, he just seems like a very annoying kind of almost like a solo hero. He's just going to be doing his own thing for most of the game.
In my experience, Brood is a real win lanes, lose games types hero. In competitive games, it's played to a little bit more. There's more coordination in professional games, obviously. In pub games, you need a team that understands how Broodmother works to be successful. Because what always happens is Brood wins the lane, because that's Brood's job. She will always win lanes. And then everyone else is like, oh man, this lane is winning, let's all go to Brood's lane. And that's the last thing you want to do, because Brood operates, like you said, by herself. And she might get the kill on Gregor. Oh, not quite.
Spiders coming out. Oh, but you see right there, he will be able to heal up from those spiders.
Yeah, he will. And it was a very important thing to go Poor Man's Shield, because Poor Man's Shield blocks damage from all the spiders, and that reduces so much of Broodmother's capabilities.
Yeah, Ogre kind of protecting, but yeah, I guess so. That's kind of that's the thing I've always said. Oh, top lane actually. First blood's going to be happening right here as Crystal Maiden goes down. They do get the turn kill on a Centaur, but so it will be a 1-for-1. But again, they got the first blood. I kind of caught up in this Broodmother discussion right here. So, yes, the cam tour is going to be happening. I'm sure. I apologize. Not to pause on the other side, but yeah, with these webs, how they can't actually be dealt with. You pretty much just have to accept them. I find interesting.
Yeah, it's uncommon mechanic, but also Brood is very hampered by them, especially in the late game. In the early and mid game, Brood's webs are invaluable because obviously free pathing and the regen are amazing. But in the late game situations, you need to be able to move around, and Brood is balanced around the fact that she has webs. So she has very low move speed, she's not very tanky, she doesn't have good regen.
Okay.
And so after the laning phase ends, Brood has really big troubles roaming around to other parts of the map. Like, you can't stay in the same lane forever, because you'll take tier 1, you'll take tier 2, and then you will just bash your head against the wall to take tier 3, especially against what this Radiant team has. The Tiny has really good wave clear. The Silence Bloodright from Bloodseeker will also be really good wave clear, so she'll be able to take the first 2 tiers pretty easily, but then after that, she's going to have trouble.
Yeah. She's going to get some assistance right here. You got the smoke up from her Spirit as well as the Crystal Maiden. They're going to charge in with the Broodmother here, of course. So there's the root coming out. Here comes the Spiderlings, and Bloodseeker, you ain't surviving through this. Easy kill for Broodmother right there. So yeah, with getting caught initially by Crystal Maiden, there's just nothing that Bloodseeker can do at that point. Even the silence, I don't think, was helping there. So easy kill. Good roam with that smoke, as there weren't any wards in the area necessarily, so it wasn't that necessary, but it's better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah, oftentimes whenever someone is having like a pretty easy time against a Broodmother, they'll get overconfident, and rarely do you get rotated on as someone laning against a Broodmother, and Boogie makes his way to his shrine just barely.
You know, I kind of like that, though, from Ogre. He put the pressure on. He's like, sure, you're going to use your shrine, but that's a cooldown now that they have right there. But Gregor bottom lane again, Bloodseeker, the Spiderling spam being used here, and it's a matter of time before he goes down again. The root from Crystal Maiden securing it, but at what cost right here, as out comes the Weaver throwing up those bugs, but Solari, he needs to get that bug off him. It ain't going to happen. Shikuchi through, and Crystal Maiden going down. But now...
Waldomi has no mana.
No, he's nothing he can do. Obviously not level 6 yet, so no time lapse of any sorts. And that's not a kill worth it to sacrifice your own life. So yeah, very good turn there for the Dire.
Yeah, in my opinion, you can't go back to this bot lane anymore. This bot lane is lost. Bloodseeker needs to go somewhere else. This tower, Broodmother has such a good start now that she can basically just cut the wave, and Bloodseeker can deal with wave cutting pretty well with his lifesteal on Blood Rage. But still, like, you're going into the meat grinder every time you go back to this bot lane. So, like, you see Bloodseeker and Ogre, like, they want to go back in, but how do you approach this lane?
Well, middle lane, they're going to approach it on a Tiny right here with Boogie roaming on in on that Earth Spirit, and that Orb of Venom help ticking him down. Cancel, though. Actually gets credit for the last hit from that range right there. He's level 6 right now. Soon to be level 7, and it seems like he is dominating here in the middle lane. Yeah, 36 and 18. Tiny 11 and 0. Obviously, kind of a player skill set coming into play right there. Cancel a very good one at that.
Now Gregor, bot lane,
Bloodseeker
goes down
again.
to another rotation.
Look at that dive, jeez.
No, that's Broodmother for you.
You're never safe.
This is a tough matchup for a Tiny, though. Tiny has 0 armor passively. He only gets armor once Craggy Exterior starts getting leveled, and there are 2 units that deal physical damage against you with the bear and the hero itself, so it's so difficult to be able to get close to get any creeps whatsoever against a lone druid mid.
Oh no, Ogre.
How about this dive, though?
Yeah, he's going to be ran down. This spider sting, and the spiderlings are going to go nom nom nom. Do the flesh off of Ogre Magi and secure the kill yet again. So yeah, basically stay away from the bottom lane, I think is going to be safe to say here from the Radiant. It's almost like, okay, we got to give this up of sorts. I mean, giving up a secondary tower never feels good, but they're just constantly feeding kills to this Broodmother now.
Yeah, Bloodseeker keeps coming back, but he only has 1 point in Blood Right, and that's his best way to clear out this massive amount of Spiderlings. And the bot lane, the bot jungle, they're owned by Broodmother unless Tiny wants to come over, and even Tiny will have a tough time because, like I said, he has 0 armor. That's an issue against Spiderlings as well. It's an issue for this Ogre who has to run all the way back to his tier 3.
Oh no, Tiny's dead. Look at this, Solari's just camping there. He goes in, he's even gonna steal the Wild Ring Ripper kill. In the end, to add insult to injury. He was sitting there being so patient. Back to the bottom lane, Broodmother.
Rupture.
They have the dust, though. Yeah, Rupture's on him, so there's the silence he's going to take as well, and actually will be a kill finally. That's got to feel so good, but Crystal Maiden's like, I'm still going to ruin your day. Takes out Weaver nonetheless.
So 4x streak goes the way Weaver is. Now Boogie gets a kill on the Centaur in the top lane as well. And now all the outer towers are falling, as the mid one will be the last one to fall.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
This is kind of the dangerous thing about jumping in the game with a team like Sing Sing Cancel the Stack here, is that they seem to be a little bit better than perhaps their opponents.
Just a bit. Just a little bit. I'm very interested. Cancel uses TPs a lot on his bear, and I have not seen this before. He's basically, he doesn't like using the courier, and he just uses the bear as a courier. He'll TP it back to base, he'll put items on it, and then he'll return it back and then use the items. So this is pretty interesting. I have seen like a ton of Lone Druid recently, but this is the first time I've seen such a TP-heavy bear Lone Druid.
Yeah, I noticed that in the previous game too. Yeah, there's bear TP out there. Out of danger, so again, a hero that he, as many, have been more comfortable playing lately for obvious reasons. And it's getting quite the significant buffs, of course. And I will say, I've seen I've seen Complexity, which obviously is the team that he used to play for. They've had a couple of games with Lone Druid where they actually went the bear build.
That's
as
true.
A whole. So I don't know if he's going to kind of take from that and go that as well, or if he's still just going to go more the right-click typical sniper version 2.0 here.
I think in this game you can go sniper version 2.0 because the Broodmother, who is going 1v, well not 1v1, but 1v2, and now it's an avalanche. But he can't see the Brood.
Okay.
Punches him.
Yes, he can. At the last second right there, the punch comes down. Now Crystal Maiden also a little bit too deep, tossing the Spiderlings. Help get the kill right there. So a couple of back-to-back kills now. And the tower is still alive actually down here. So again, they're using a lot more numbers to respond now, but it's basically necessary. It's either you do that or you just leave him completely alone kind of deal. So they killed him a couple times though, so I think that the Radiant's got to be somewhat pleased, but they are going to lose the tower still.
Yeah, but this is the disadvantage of putting so much focus on a Broodmother. Quietly, Sing Sing has managed to hit second highest net worth on a Timber Saw. That's like, it was a solo Timber Saw pretty much, because we saw how much this Crystal Maiden and this Ogre were roaming around the map. He didn't really have very much lane support, and usually you kind of sacrifice the Timber Saw, but second highest net worth, this is pretty healthy.
The chase is on now. Cancel. The bug is up on him, but going to be killed off by his teammates. And now Broodmother coming back in. So yeah, you don't want to dive too much here if you're the Radiant side, Tiny. He's in the front lines. Obviously, they're trying to maybe find this Broodmother nearby, but a lot easier said than done. Sneak
In the
on
meantime, Sing Sing's pushing top. Timbersaw not the best pusher, but at least he can cut waves with little risk, especially with maxed out reactive armor.
Yeah, and you see everyone pretty much down here for their Radiant. The only one that's not a Centaur is still trying to finish his own Blink Dagger. I mean, him and Tiny are both trying to get it here in a timely fashion, but neither one is having the best of farm, of course. Switching over to the net worth now.
Yeah, switching over to the net worth, Crystal Maiden is out farming all of the Radiant team.
Crystal Maiden's a good hero, man.
She is a good hero.
She's another
She's a very
support that we
underrated
don't
hero.
see a lot, yeah.
Now Stampede onto this Timbersaw. Yeah, you're dead. Unless,
Sing Sing.
oh my god,
The
damage!
reactive armor and the damage turn. He will finally die. I mean, Centaur barely lives right there, though. Yeah, he was hoping to at least take one or two with him, but they don't. So
5 hero rotation though, and so this is the you get spread so thin when you're against a Broodmother, especially a Broodmother with another really strong pushing hero with the Lone Druid. Like, which tower do you go to? Which hero do you focus on? Cancel is actually second net worth to the Broodmother, despite the Broodmother dying multiple times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's not too shabby there as far as Broodmother and his success. Again, don't really know who's playing it, but we'll just keep calling it Broodmother instead to make it easy. And actually, what farm is, or what is he getting? Oh, he got the Orchid actually already right there as Weaver goes down in the middle lane. Meanwhile, they jump onto him. Here comes the run-in from Bloodseeker. Not sure what the game plan was there, though, as the ulti activated by Crystal Maiden, a freezing field in the background and helps secure the kill onto him. So almost like a charge into death there. And now the secondary tower. Middle lane also being pressured in. Obviously, you have Broodmother doing her thing at the bottom, living down here. And split pushing meanwhile. So still no Blink Daggers, although Centaur is just about there. Again, he's only going to have brown boots on top of that, but they do need that initiation. So I think it's the correct choice here. But is
Bot
that
lane,
enough?
Orchid onto the Tiny, but it's not going to be enough. Yeah, I'm actually a bit surprised that this Broodmother went for Orchid. This game, I don't really think it's that important. I imagine he got it because of the Weaver, but Weaver keeps getting rooted by this super farmed Crystal Maiden, and that's pretty much all the time that you need to get the kill on this squishy Weaver. As now they go in, Dust. There's no stun, the Ogre! Oh, they get the kill.
Finally, Bloodseeker able to run in and secure that kill right there. So yeah, that got a little close, but you know what? They got the kill. And that's what matters. So well played. And by the way, Lone Druid, he does have a Dragonlance here as well. So yeah, pretty certain now he is going that Sniper 2.0 as we were mentioning earlier. In the ranged hero.
They still haven't broken high ground yet, and that's going to be the real challenge. They're basically just going to have to wait until they get a pick off on someone. They scan out the Radiant team so they know that they're trying to contest this Roche.
They're going to check it out with that smoke. Going to be exposed here eventually. They jump cancel. Does the Centaur in the background. Could it be Savage right away, though? In comes Boogie with the boulder smash on through. He may end up falling, but gets a big magnetized off in the freezing field as well up on the hill. And that's a double kill for Solari playing that Crystal Maiden. Double kill for the Lone Druid as well. He's the one that got jumped initially, and now We see Sing Sing with the chase. Chakram coming out to secure the kill in the background. Onto Tiny. The only survivor is this Bloodseeker, actually, but that's not for long. Throws out the silence, but he will be taken out by Timbersaw. And again, they got Lone Druid kill, but they're all going to lose their lives in the process. And ultimately a 2 for 5 exchange. So Dire setting themselves up in a very good spot now.
Thankfully, that does somewhat slow down Roche, but that's only temporary, as the lanes are going to continue getting pushed in, and they're just going to go right back and do it again.
So you were talking about the Orchid earlier on Broodmother. So you weren't necessarily a huge fan of it?
If you have such a heavy lead as a Broodmother, then the Orchid doesn't really... It's not the best way to take advantage of how far ahead you are. Because, as we saw, she's even having trouble getting solo kills. Is now stomp onto the Crystal Maiden. One more right click from the Tiny. They get the kill.
Just enough. Now it sets up a triple boulder smash, though, as well as a silence from Earth Spirit. And again, trying to get some turn here. Cancel from a distance. The root comes out. That's at least a dead Tiny. Weaver going to make his way out with a Shikuchi, meanwhile. But and this could now set up into
the bot lane.
Oh, wow.
That's a dive for you, and that's somewhat the power of the Orchid. Bloodseeker actually didn't opt to go straight into the shrine, and so that cost him some valuable seconds, and the soul burn was just too much damage.
Love the movement of these spiders as well.
And now here we go again.
Weaver. Time lapse, he's silenced though, because that Orchid, exactly. So the Orchid clearly working out for him, but now he's in trouble. The double edges, Stampede going on through, and yes, the final auto attack to secure it. So at least
but the
turn
mid
kill.
lane.
But yeah, we got canceled. It's like they're playing against two different opponents right here. They're playing against the solo Broodmother and then the other 4 heroes as well. That's tough. Tough times ahead. So what, Broodmother, he probably needs a BKB. Yeah, he is going to be going to BKB here. Feels like that'd be powerful this game.
Yeah, especially being able to deal with any... Once the Radiant team does get items and Broodmother doesn't get to pull these kinds of shenanigans, these tier 3 dives as easily. Tiny has completed his Blink Dagger after Centaur's Blink Dagger, so there's a lot of jumping burst on the table for Radiant now.
Yep, Lone Druid, I'm sure the Maelstrom going to be coming up here. He does have the Gloves of Haste on him, so seems like the pretty typical choice, and actually going to go into the Roshan pit and try once again to go for that Roshan. We'll see if the Radiant, just like before, goes for the response. Crystal Maiden, meanwhile, though, does have the Yule Scepter on her now as well. He has the maxed out Frostbite to go with the Arcanar, which he did max out first, I believe, as well. And the Arcanar this game, I mean, you got Timbersaw, you know, I think Broodmother actually could use a fair amount of mana as well, so it seems like it is a very powerful tool to have this game for this team. If not anything
definitely.
for Timbersaw alone.
Oh, Timbersaw was loving it. That was part of the reason why Sing Sing had such a comfortable laning phase early on, is that he maxed out reactive armor and then he was just able to spam a Whirling Death for CS on demand without any real mana regen item.
Yeah, obviously you can't see this Roshan, so it's going to be a free Aegis now for, of course, Cancel, most likely going to be picking it up here. As I say this, Bloodseeker is kind of running on in, throws out that Blood Right, but not really any follow-up. Now they know, and it is picked up by the Lone Druid here. As far as having that now. And guess who's at the bottom? It's Broodmother still doing her thing. Is that that's
Oh, I hope they don't fall for this. Yeah, okay, they saw that smoke didn't pop, but they see the real one.
They catch him. He actually below half life already. He has that dust still on him, obviously, but man, is he fast in those webs. But guess who's also fast? Weaver. Shikuchi can get the bugs off the toss. The Hail Mary coming out right there. And yes, they will secure the kill, but at what cost now? In comes the Boulder Smash from Boogie. The Magnetize applied, and Timbersaw, that AoE spread damage. Nice time lapse right there from Aldalmi here on the Weaver, and actually will survive. Nobody dead. I'll make that Bloodseeker dead in the long run, but a lot less casualties than I felt like it could have been, although I guess we're not finished just yet. Tiny dealing with both the Earth Spirit, or I guess just Earth Spirit up here, but now here comes that response. We were trying to help finish him off. Down goes Tiny, though, and now Weaver's in trouble. He's going to take the Savage War initially. Doesn't have that time lapse anymore. He goes down, and what turned out to be minimal casualties ends up being a 4-for-1.
Yeah, I guess Radiant team were assuming that they were about to get a free pick on the Broodmother, and the rest of the Dire team was just going to leave her alone and go push, but no. It looks like they wanted to respond, and it was a wise choice as they do get 4 kills.
Easy tower kill. And there's a rack. So that's going to be their first set of racks, but we are pre-20 minutes. It honestly feels like this game has been a little bit longer, but I guess, again, that's just another benefit of having a Broodmother that's doing so well with the push. And obviously a Lone Druid now almost level 15, which is where he starts to extra excel with his talent tree build here. So time is being cut short now for the Radiant. Again, Tiny, he's working on an Echo Saber, which will be useful, but they're possibly going to lose in another set of racks right here, as Broodmother now making his way back in as well. And, oh, nice job with the double host up in the background. The Stampede activated, though, just simply to run on out, and Weaver will kind of try to distract him. Oh, he gets hit by the Boulder Smash, but he's going to be fine. Blood Right will force him to run away. Cancel actually getting low. The Aegis is going to be popped as a result. But now Tiny, he's in a horrible spot. I don't think he's getting out of this one unless maybe he'll stomp. Yes, he's going to jump on a Lone Druid Weaver from a distance, putting on the Swarm. But Tiny is picked off, and Centaur now, he's tanky sometimes, but not this time around. He's not nearly tanky enough, and he will be killed. So they're trying, man. You got to give them effort, but it seems like it's going to be too little in the end.
Yeah, even though this push is so slow, because they're all so low level right now, it's still not enough of a defense from the Radiant team yet. 2 buybacks.
Yeah, using everything. Again, these best of ones, you might as well fight to the very end, and we've definitely been seeing that so far in these open qualifiers. And I am being told, actually, this is a round of 128 matchup even. So, again, this Radiant side, I believe that they've at least defeated a couple of opponents here to get to this point, but you're running it again to a difficult team now as you start to get further on in the event, and clearly running into that wall. That is the Broodmother. No doubt. But hey, they'll get a kill on Earth Spirit back here, although Sing jumps in now with a big Chakram on 3. A lot of spread damage. And down falls the Centaur. 21 charge Bloodstone. 20 minutes into the game.
Just casual. No big deal.
NBD. So, yeah, I don't know.
Oh?
Okay, maybe kill Sing and clip that for...
Nope.
No, not going to happen. Desolator picked up on Crystal Maiden. Love it.
This is I don't think I've ever seen that particle effect emerge from a CM.
Yeah, that's different.
She's cosplaying Lena right now.
Good luck at the major. Oh, sorry. Yeah, but they still got a ways to go before that major. This is just simply the open qualifiers. So, again, to clarify what we're doing here, guys, these are the open qualifiers for the European region. All the open qualifiers going on right now. And it depends on the region how many move on, but in this case, in Europe, only one team from each of the open qualifiers. So you need to win the open qualifiers to move on to then the regional qualifiers, where there's currently 7 teams from Europe and then a 1 Battle Cup champion, which I don't know if they've been crowned yet. I think they might have yesterday, actually, but not even 100% sure on how that's working. But the point is, you got 7 other invited teams to that, and then from there, one of those teams moves on to the major in that portion, which will be later on this week. So there's a long road ahead for a team like the BeanBoys here on the Dire side. But you know what? We've been jumping around a little bit, and it does seem like they're superior to most of the matches that we've been watching, if not all of them so far. Got to be one of the favorites, right? So
I would say so.
All right. So that match is done. Again, apparently a round of 128 there. And yeah, that was. So they are now in the round of 64. I am clarifying that. So we play through the round of 32 today is what we're ultimately going to play through. Now, obviously, different parts of the tournament, of the bracket, is still being caught up on. So there's still like round of 256 matches happening, but been continuing to bounce around. What we're going to do again, though, guys, we're going to go on a short break, go on a quick ad break right here. And, again, a quick restroom break, if anything. Find another game. Again, feel free to suggest games to jump into in chat. That's really what we're doing here for these open qualifiers. We're just kind of bouncing around, having some fun with it. I'm Breaky CPK, joined by Tsunami here. So stay tuned, though. We'll take a short break here, and we'll be coming right back. Some more Kiev Major Open Qualifier European Region action coming at you. Stay tuned, guys.